Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Blitz with the Survival Outpost, and we are looking at what I'm calling my budget everyday carry build right here in this pack by 3B Gear. It's the Subrosa from their SOB lineup. It's a very plain Jane, designed to be forgettable backpack. And so we're gonna have a look at that, and we're gonna have a look at all the gear I have in here and figure out, I don't know if the term budget can even be utilized for something like this, because I'm not going to Walmart and buying a flashlight that's gonna fall apart after 2 uses, but I'm also not buying a flashlight that costs $100. So I've tried to balance price with quality and try to find that sweet spot. But then again, I don't really know how much all this is, because I grabbed a lot of gear that I already had existing, but I tried to keep that in mind when I was loading out this bag. So let's go ahead and break it open and see what I got inside. Okay, so we're gonna get started by looking at the bag. As I mentioned before, this is the Subrosa, made by 3B Gear. It's part of their SOB lineup. They also have a sling bag, and as you can see, it's very much the Gray Man style. There's no MOLLE webbing on this. There's no Velcro. There is paneling, or should I say webbing, throughout here, and then some attachment points right here. But that's about it. There's nothing on the bottom for, you know, attaching a bedroll or a poncho like that. There's just really nothing exposed on this bag except the zippers and then this row of webbing that you see on both sides. And that's really about it for the outside of the pack. To be honest with you, right here on the back, it's worth mentioning that there is this nice heavily padded back panel, or should I say moderately padded. It helps with airflow and ventilation. And behind this panel, something we'll look at a little bit later, is the fact that there's a large pocket inside here where I can put whatever I want, body armor, smaller laptop, notebook, what have you. So that's the outside of the back. There's not much to it. The straps are good enough, right? You're not gonna be carrying a lot of weight in this pack, so you don't need a lot of heavy padding in these straps. It's got this little D-ring right here. These are not quick release, so it is what it is. This pack retails for $45.95, so I would not expect a bunch of bells and whistles. There is, the only other thing to mention on this are the zippers, which has a nice little pull design here. They've been working on upgrading these zippers a little bit. I believe in future releases of their packs, the zippers are going to be, the zipper teeth themselves are going to be a little bit better. But for now, these work. And of course, the seams are sealed up, as you can see right there. All right, let's crack this bad boy open. So the first thing I want to mention here, guys, is this nice big happy clamshell design. It makes it super easy to get to what I need without any sort of hunting and searching for it. So in this main compartment, you know, it's simple. There's not much to it. There's no strips of Velcro. There's no way to attach anything. It's just very basic and straightforward. And so therefore, when you're packing this out, you have to make sure that the items you're putting in here fit right. It's almost like playing a game of Tetris, getting everything to line up and click into place, basically. But since you don't have any attachment points, you have to kind of be a little bit creative in how you organize this. But that being said, we'll go through each item in detail a little bit later. But this is my everyday carry tech tool case, tool roll. Really nice. I like this. It's good stuff. Got a Shimog because it's about 90% humidity and it's only 7:30 in the morning, so this can be utilized as a towel and tons of other uses. You guys know that. But anyways, like I said, we'll have a closer look at this in the future. My GoPro, which is going to be used for this video. And then finally, laptop, which this is my HP, my primary, and you can see that it just fits perfectly inside of this padded laptop sleeve. And of course, you can put other stuff here. I chose to put this, and then there's just this little strap right there that secures it in place. And that's really about it for this main compartment. The only other point to mention would be, let's see here, there is a little port where you could run a hydration hose. So instead of the laptop in here like this, you put a hydration bladder and run the hose out the top right here. But let's go ahead and move on to the main compartment where I got all the tools. Okay, diving right into the main pocket. Holy mother of God, I got a lot of crap in here. I've definitely utilized this to the max. So let's go ahead and make a little room so we can see what we got going on in here. Alright, so what we're seeing here is organizational panel. It's basic. There's nothing super advanced or complicated with this design. Starting from right to left, I have this small multi-tool. This is the Leatherman. I just got this too. Leatherman style PS. It's a pretty snazzy little tool. There's... Can I open it? Can I open it one-handed? I haven't tried. Let me see. It's a little sketchy open one-handed. It's not designed for that, but whatever. So, it's a good size, right? I like it. You got pliers. There is nail file in here. Some tweezers. Obviously a carabiner right there. And just some other odds and ends. It doesn't have as much tooling as what I would prefer, but I wanted a light multi-tool that would fit in this pocket. And guess what? It's a perfect fit. So, anyways, moving on to what we have next here, and that is a heck of a lot of pens. These zebra pens are great, guys. They're awesome. The medium tip. These are cheap and they last forever. They're comfortable to write with and they look really good when they write as well. So we got one black, got blue Sharpie right here, and then a blue zebra pen, and then this micro stream flashlight by Streamlight. Great little light. Look at that. It fits right in the palm of my hand. Powered by one AAA battery, and I can carry it here if I prefer, or on my person. It really doesn't matter. So I'm keeping everything I put in here very lightweight because this panel, it's very easy to flop around. It's not stiff and rigid, so I have to kind of keep that in mind when I was loading this panel up, because typically you throw a heavy multi-tool in here, a heavy flashlight, a heavy knife, and when you open this thing up, it's all just going to flop over like this, and has the potential for some of your items to pop out. Let's go ahead and move on to the primary flashlight, which is my Pentagon light. This is an item that I picked up out of my storage bin gear drawer, and this light's just awesome. You can pick these up on Amazon. As you can see, it has an angle head, comfortable grip. Look at that. Look at that clip right there. That is super heavy duty. I can attach this to molly webbing on a tactical vest or whatever, or just carry it right here. One thing to mention is there's interchangeable lenses. I believe there's blue, red, and green, depending on your needs. So there's that. Pick these up on Amazon whenever they're in stock. Then this little mini field notes type of binder. It's just ruled paper. Nothing fancy about it, but it does what I need. I mean, I take notes from anything. Like I'm driving down the road and I see an abandoned building and I'm going to take down that address. Or I'm just thinking of stuff in a meeting and I'm going to write it down. So I always have one of these little notepads on me. Super handy and convenient. Quicker than trying to pull out the phone and start typing away furiously on it. But you can see I have this here because it creates a little more stiffness in this panel. Now, behind this, I had a user, I had a subscriber mention on my last EDC build that I had no snacks. Well, sorry, I had eaten all my snacks. This time, he caught me when I have not eaten my snacks. So, got strawberry Pop-Tarts, woo, some Ritz Bits, and fruit snacks. And maybe you can guess that, yeah, I got kids. So I stole their school snacks. I usually munch on them. My wife hates it, but whatever. I need food. Okay, so that's the contents of this org panel. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what else we got in here. Now we saw the org panel, we saw there's a pocket behind it. Now we open up and here it's super deep down here. Something's down here, right? Ah, yes. This is my mini fire starter kit wallet, and I'm not going to break this open. I've showed you guys this before. Just basically it has a lighter, some fire starting items, and some water purification stuff. Nothing fancy. Maybe stuff I wouldn't even need in an urban environment, but you know, look at that. Slim profile, takes up basically no space, so it goes in the pack. And then here in this mesh pocket we see wet wipes. Do not leave home without these, please. Especially if you have kids, for God's sakes. Dental floss. And finally, what else is under here? There's more stuff in here, right? Oh, of course, batteries. These little battery cases are great because I can carry AA, AAA, and CR123 batteries in this. So Nice little addition to the gear. You can pick these up for about $4 on Amazon. I strongly suggest it. And finally, you see how deep this goes? It goes all the way to the bottom of the pack. I have these easy towels, and basically the way this works is this is your towel. Get some water on it, and it inflates into a towel that you can actually use and wipe yourself off and clean up, all that good stuff. So I think, is that it? Yeah, I think that's the contents of the main compartment here that has all the goodies in it. Now, one thing I want to mention here is you notice that this is all black, right? I would love to have some contrast here, but in the absence of having contrast, what I've done is I've tried to pick out tools that have contrast, right? So I only have 2 black items in here. Everything else is a different color, therefore making it easier to ID and get what I need out of the bag when I need it. Okay, whoa, I almost forgot, like in that main compartment, I have my IFAK, like for bad things, for trauma, for heavy bleeding. Let's go and have a look at that real quick. This pouch is made by HSGI. It's called the Bleeder Blowout Pouch, and it's for blowouts. It's when things go horribly wrong. So let's have a look at this real quick. First thing to mention is you notice that I have the tourniquet attached with this easy tie from Night Eyes. And this works really well for me. I've tried other ways of attaching the tourniquet here, and it's just sucked. So this gear tie keeps it on here just fine, and when I need it, I can just slide it right out. So I like that nice little hack that I came up with. Wow, I'm a freaking genius. Now, on the back here, shears are secured. I might keep them that way all the time. I don't know, whatever. I'm no medical professional, but the idea is here to build a kit that I can use easily without a lot of medical training or experience, and just basically to keep myself or someone else alive until help arrives. Now, having a look inside, let's crack this open. I love these pouches because there's this heavy D-ring right here, and you just basically pull like that and everything slides out, which I think is great. And when I say everything, I mean basically not much. We got in here advanced clotting sponge, a wrap, and then finally the NAR compressed gauze. So between all this, plus the tourniquet and plus the gloves that are in the bottom of that pouch, I figure this is enough to basically keep somebody alive until, like I said, professional help arrives. And that's all I'm really interested in doing. I want to take maybe medical training a little bit further, but for now, I think this works. But, you know, I'm sure there's guys on here who are medical professionals who can probably give me a little more insight, but this is what I'm rolling with for now. Hit me up in the comments and let me know how I can maybe do this a little bit better. Okay, on to the last pocket. Bear in mind, this pack is simple, guys. There's only 3 pockets on it. This is the last one. There's really not much in here in terms of organizational functionality, actually none. There is this little hanger clip right here, which I'm using to attach my keys, which, good God, I got enough crap on here. I need to slim this down. And then mini first aid kit inside this case. You know, it's just got, now let me crack it open here real quick. It's the usual stuff that you guys expect. Over-the-counter meds, burn cream, hydrocortisone, band-aids, you know, a few small 2x2 gauze pads, and that's about it. Really don't need much else. So I'm trying to keep things short and sweet and more concise with the videos. So we're gonna go ahead and lay out everything. We're gonna run the prices and figure out how much it all costs. And was there something else I forgot to show you guys? I think there was a couple items. So let's go ahead and lay out everything. We'll crunch the numbers, see how much it costs, and then there's this one really cool little item I picked up. It's like this everyday carabiner that I think you guys are gonna like. So we'll have a look at that, and then we'll also have a look at my EDC tech tool roll, and we done. So as I'm laying out this gear, I realized that I almost forgot to show you the Gucci part of the bag, the expensive part of this bag. And that is this guy right here. You see this? Pops open, and we got level 3A body armor by Spartan Armor Systems. This adds $124 to the overall price tag of this build. So if you don't need it, you don't need it. So that's definitely an item that is optional, and yeah, cuts a lot off that price tag, right? Well, I gotta tell you guys, that's a lot more than what I thought it was gonna be. But to be honest with you, when I think about it, it just kind of makes sense. You know, these things are not cheap. That HSGI blowout pouch, $40 freaking. Now granted, do I need that? Not really. I could throw all that crap in a Ziploc bag and maybe be better off. So, you know, cut price on that, cut price on the Spartan body armor, just toss it, right? There's $124 in savings right there off the top. So there's definitely the same things I can do to cut down on how much this thing costs, right? But really when it comes down to it, guys, there's basics things that you need for everyday carry. You need a multi-tool, you need a knife, you need a flashlight, and so on and so forth. And the price tag just goes up and up. So it pays to do your research, find the best deals, find that balance between price and quality, and then go with it. Now, on to the things that I didn't show you real quick. The Shemagh, I mean, this is like literally lifesaver, especially here in Florida. Now, I'm basically using this as a towel if I'm ever outside, which, yeah, being outside kind of sucks. I'll be honest with you. It was 102 yesterday, and the humidity was 97 degrees, so having a towel is kind of nice. And then, of course, you guys know the Shemagh can be used for numerous purposes, everything from like an improvised tourniquet to stop bleeding to a sling for a broken arm. And you know, you can use this as one stage in a multi-part water filtration sieve or filter, just to get out dirt and debris from water that you plan on filtering with an actual filter or purifying. Lots of uses for the Shemagh, so I love it. I've had this thing for years. I've actually chopped it up and used bits and pieces of it. It's kind of ragged, but I love it. Now, another must-have for your gear, the Night Eyes gear ties. These things are amazing. I use them for basically everything. I can hang gear from them. Obviously, you saw me with the tourniquet, how I attach a tourniquet to the pouch and so on. So these gear ties, awesome. Get with it. And then finally, the cool factor thing that you don't need, but I thought was cool, so I bought it, is this carabiner by Outdoor Element. It's called the Firebiner, and I'm sorry, I like stuff like that. That's pretty freaking cool. So obviously, you know, carabiner functionality, got a cutting edge right there, a little, I guess, I'm not sure what that would be used for. Maybe it's a little too early in the morning for the brain cells to be functioning as well as they should be, but there's definitely some, it's basically like a multi-tool. So, you know, you cut some paracord with this is what I'm thinking, right? Would be nice. So there's that, and the gear tie, the Shemagh, right? That's cool. And then the Pro Case, tool roll, tech stuff, right? I didn't include this in the price because not everybody carries this crap. Not everybody needs all this junk that I got going on here, but I do as part of my day-to-day existence. So if you guys need a way to organize your tech gear and all your chargers and batteries and all that good stuff, definitely check out Pro Case. This is nice stuff, and you see it's not all black, so there is a bit of contrast between the items that you have in your pouch and the background, so it makes it a little bit easier to find. There are some other options on the market. I'm going to link up a couple of these organizers down in the description so you guys can have a look at it and maybe pick out one of your own. But that's really the only two other items I had here to show you guys, and I guess that's about it. Number one rule of thumb when you're living in Florida, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So I always have my 3B Gear water bottle with me. Yeah, a little branding. I love the guys at 3B Gear. They are good to go, and the best budget brand out there that I've been able to find. So this water bottle goes in that big main compartment that I showed you guys initially. Fits in there fine. There is no water bottle pouch on the outside of the pack, and I know why. They're trying to keep it very slim and low profile, which is fine. That's all good. So I just want to say something real quick, guys. Thank you so much for the support. I would not be here without you. We're about to hit 15,000 subscribers. That's freaking huge. It was just a couple years ago that we started the channel, and I was happy to hit 100 subscribers. I had no idea how it was gonna go. I didn't know if I'd flame out like a lot of those channels on YouTube and just kind of lose focus and quit. And I realized, what? I don't freaking quit. So here we are, about to hit 15,000. So thank you guys so much for the support. I would not be here without you. If there's anything in this video that you're interested in purchasing, look down in the description. Everything should be linked up there, and maybe I'll have a blog post out as well. I don't know. We'll see how things go. But anyways, thanks so much for the support, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace.